Tesla shares down more than 35% year to date, and the company now set to report earnings next week. Analysts divided on where the stock's heading from here, and so is the investment committee, it turns out. Bryn long, Weiss short. Bryn, make your case. Why should we still believe in this stock story?
Well, the stock right now doesn't look good. So let's just separate the two, the stock from the company. Make no mistake, the chart looks terrible. Don't forget that in January of 2023, I bought it around 120. This stock got to, I think, $100 during the early part of one day of trading, and that's with earnings estimates of $5 for full year 23. So we're not even going to sniff that this year. So this stock could go lower. So let me make that clear. It looks broken right now. Why I would not what I wouldn't discount is Elon, is I think he's one of the most, prolific innovators and engineers of our time. With SpaceX, literally, I think NASA would be defunded with what he's done with energy storage and EVs, and then at Neuralink. And so I do think, though, he is going to have right now, between this earnings report, which will be bad, and the shareholder package, I think it's very murky right now, because make no mistake, part of this valuation is based on sentiment and also valuations, margins, and earnings expanding. So I see absolutely why Steve is short. I don't think he's going to be short long term. I think it's probably a trade. But I think longer time, we will get some clarity. And this will be, over the next few months, a potentially good opportunity to add or buy to the position.
My question for Bryn, and I'm not trying to be difficult with this, is that as a fiduciary of her investors' capital, how could she invest in a company where there is no governance, there is no independent voice on the board, where they've gone out and made an acquisition like Solar City, right, to stop it from failing because it was his brother's company, and because the federal government told SpaceX, you've got to stop buying Solar City bonds with the money we're giving you for R&D, where he's tried to buy, use Tesla to buy material for his house, the windows, where he wants a $55 billion pay package, and where we saw Jack Dorsey with 2 companies. We've got Elon Musk with multiple companies that all require his time. Plus, there's the allegations, and we saw it on Joe Rogan's broadcast, of drug use. So how does a fiduciary own this company with anti-shareholder governance repeatedly, time after time after time? Isn't it worth just passing on this and going to something you don't have to explain owning?
Yeah, well, I own this personally, first of all. This is a personal position. So I think, we love to own broad-based ETFs for the majority of our client base. So this is not a fiduciary decision. This is my decision. And so I think that, what you're pointing out, these things, I think you just don't like Elon. And so I think that if you separate yourself and say, look at this company, well, I think that's the truth, right?
I'm not showing sentiment. Everything I said is a fact, Bryn. It's a fact.
I know, but he's a grown man, and the Joe Rogan thing is just like strange, and that was years ago.
It's not just Joe Rogan.
And so I think that if you just look at the company, and when you still look at the 2 companies where the best engineers want to work, is our SpaceX and Tesla. Because this is not an Elon show as well, although it feels that way. He has to be able to retain top talent. And I think as it relates to Tesla specifically, being pragmatic about the company, as I said, the chart looks terrible. And they are in a very murky situation right now, because it feels like, are you going to be a car company that's balancing higher revenues, higher earnings and margins, and then also innovating at the same time with full self-driving, more energy, and robotaxi? Or are you going to do a full pivot to robotaxi? I think if they come out and do that, that's a revaluation of the name on the downside, because that is probably 5 to 10 years out. So,
and by the way, Weiss, sorry, Bryn, if this is principally a governance-related story,
that's one aspect of it.
Sounds like it's a major one. However, you could, right? It's major.
Even put that aside, the fundamentals deteriorating. We've hit limit in terms of the EV adoption. They've got the oldest EV lineup in the industry globally. They've got 20% of their revenues coming from China. We've seen what China has done. Okay, we've seen Apple move their supply chain to India. And they've got better relationships and longer-standing relationships with the Chinese government. We've seen China. China is supporting their domestic producers that, by the way, make newer more richer in terms of the accessories, in terms of basically even the range, so of their cars than Tesla. That's number two.
Yeah.
Number three, we've seen Elon just tweet out, oh, no more prices, we're raising prices. He lied. They're cutting prices. We would say big robo-taxi announcement. We've secured funding for the take private. The guy is a pathological liar to keep his stock price up. So forgetting about that, the fundamentals deteriorating. You've got lots full of EVs that are selling at major discounts from the major auto players that couldn't sell them. So the fundamentals are horrendous.
Bryn?
Yeah. So I think that in China,
Bryn, one more thing.
Actually,
No, let Bryn go.
I mean, one more thing.
It's
like one more like buzz line. It's like, once again, you just don't like Elon, by the way. And so it's like when you look at
genius. I've said that repeatedly.
When you look at the EV market, they're actually continue to be with BYD the top selling brand in China. And so when we look at America, which is about 9% of the EV space, China, which Tesla was it's like the only manufacturing company that was able to build in China autonomously without having influence from the Chinese government. He has a very strong relationship. I believe they're about to announce they're going to be building their next gigafactory in India, a huge untapped market. And so I think that when you look at this company in the U.S., if this was a U.S. EV story, I would not own this name. I don't think Americans want to drive EVs. And I think Americans don't want to drive EVs as their only car. But in China, it's a very different story.
Well, let me just say something.
Hold on, let me work this in, and you can say what you want, and then we're going to be done. Adam Jonas today at Morgan Stanley. Why do we remain overweight Tesla shares? And look, he's been, skeptical along the way about, the repeated price cuts and all the other stuff. We believe Tesla has significant attributes to be valued as an AI beneficiary, but the company must first see stabilization in the negative earnings revisions within the auto business.
Yep. Right, he's not saying they haven't. But Bryn's entirely wrong about their ability to retain talent. If you take a look at Tesla, and you take a look at, we just had two critical people leave Tesla this week. Their turnover in their executive ranks and their engineering ranks is legendary, is unprecedented. So I don't know where she gets that from, but look at the facts. And I know it's maybe because I just don't like Elon that all these people are leaving, but I really had nothing to do with it.
No, I totally, I mean, once again,
the stock is
definitely
up. To be fair, the stock is up 750% over the last 5 years.
Exactly. Yeah. And I haven't been short over 5 years. I'm short now because it's all coming home to roost.
I understand, but there are periods of time over the last 5 years where notable people have been short, and it hasn't mattered because their shorts have been proven to have not worked well.
Again, I haven't been short, number one. Number two,
I understand.
How many other EV manufacturers have we had over the last 10 years?
Bryn?
I don't even know what that means.
How many price cuts have we had with Tesla models over the last 5 years?
Steve, wisdom is chasing you if you would just stop, okay? Like, seriously. Like,
what the hell is she saying? I don't even get it.
Steve, we're going to take a break.
Just admit you're wrong and the stock is going lower. And I'll buy more lower. That's what you should be saying. Facts are facts.
There's no fact that the stock is doing anything.
There are facts with everything I said about the governance, about the price cuts, about his tweets that have all been wrong, about the competitive landscape, about the appetite for EVs. Those are all facts.
Bryn, we'll see.
Yeah, we will.